did I just mute myself? Can you hear me?
We can
Yes.
hear you.
Oh, sorry. Can you reiterate what you were saying? I was having an
Hold on one
automatic
second.
response.
Ms. Sharma,
Yes.
I don't think Hunter was able to hear what you said. He said that the star 6 was happening, so he asked you to repeat what you told me because he couldn't hear you.
Okay, the judge is here now, so just follow along with what the judge is asking you, okay?
Thank you.
Because she's waiting for the judge now. Do you want me to take her in his room?
You can.
All right, this is cause number 2020-78494 in the interest of Shiloh Turlington. All parties and witnesses, please raise your right hands to be sworn. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
I do.
All right, ma'am, please state your name and your relationship to the child.
My name is Serenity Turner, and I'm the mother of Shiloh Turlington.
All right, sir, your name and your relationship to the child.
Hunter Turlington. I'm the father of the child.
And representing the state.
Kavita Sharma for the Office of Attorney General, Your Honor.
All right, we have an original petition in suit affecting parent-child relationship. We're having a hearing. Do we have any stipulations?
Yes, Judge. The parties stipulate to child support at $284 a month beginning September 1 and medical support at $76 a month beginning September 1.
Okay. Those are the only stipulations?
Yes, Judge. Those are the only stipulations.
Well, then, okay, tell me what the issues are then.
Judge, the issues are that Ms. Turner would like supervised visits through the DRO, and she
All
wants to
right,
be
let's start off with conservatorship.
She wants to be appointed sole managing conservator with those
Oh.
visitations through the DRO, and Mr. Turlington does not agree with that. He wants joint managing conservatorship.
All right, so conservatorship, possession and access.
And retro child support is also not an agreement. Ms. Turner has an
All
amount,
right,
and Mr. Turner has a different amount. Mr. Turlington has a different amount.
all right, so the issues are conservatorship, possession and access, and retro amount of retro child support. Is that correct?
Correct, Your Honor.
All right, let's then the stipulations are $284 a month in child support, $76 a month in cash medical support. Okay, let's proceed.
The state would like to call Ms. Serenity Turner.
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Turner, how many children do you have with Mr. Turlington?
Just one, Shiloh.
And how old is she?
She's 21 months.
And she lives with you currently?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you think that you can effectively co-parent with Mr. Turlington?
No, I do not.
Why not?
He has a history of alcohol abuse and drug abuse, and he has physical violence on our case, and he has neglected the child since conception.
Has there ever been a CPS case opened against Mr. Turlington with your daughter?
No, ma'am.
Can you give an example of why you think he would not be able to effectively care for her?
Yes, there are a few reasons. I'll start with the fact that he can't hold a job or he refuses to hold a job. He pretty much chooses every 3 months to try to do something else, whether it be like, I want to be a police officer, or, oh, I can't work out in this Texas heat. Oh, but I want to be an operator. He can't just decide on something and stick with it. And then also, after she was born, he went and smoked weed for 2 weeks and left me alone with her. He has only given 6 months of child support her whole life, and he has the last time he saw her was Mother's Day. He asked to see her on Father's Day. I just didn't respond, but he also dislocated her elbow. I was there. He was it was in public at Kima, and he pulled her arm too hard and it dislocated her elbow, and he has in front of me let her fall down the stairs. Thankfully it was only 5 steps, but I mean, he can't handle a child, a small child. I would be terrified and just crying every night. If is she okay? He can't wake up in the morning. I mean, like sometimes I would, when we were living together, I would shake him and he's just not waking up, and he just stays up and watches YouTube videos all night long. He doesn't have responsibility over his own self and his own health and well-being, so I would not trust him with a child, let alone my own child.
Okay, and as far as the retroactive child support, you have an amount that you are asking the court to order for retroactive child support?
Yes, it was after the calculations, it said that he owes 4,136 of the back child support, so that would be an extra around 50 or 60 a month on top of the 284.
Okay, and your final number giving him credit for payments that he's already given you is $2,717.43?
Yes, that's the amount. That's correct.
Okay. And your child is covered under health insurance through?
Medicaid. She has community health choice.
And does Mr. Turlington know where you live now?
Yes, he does.
Do you have any problem with him knowing where you live?
Yes.
Why is that?
There has been a couple of times where he shows up and he refuses to leave, and I don't want that to happen. And so the last time he was here and he refused to leave, we did call the cops. And so I forget what the term is, but they told him if he steps foot on the property where I currently reside, that if we call the cops, he will be arrested or would be arrested.
So Ms. Sharma, another issue is non-disclosure that you haven't talked about?
Correct, Judge. I'm sorry about that. I didn't realize the non-disclosure was going to be an issue until I asked that question.
Go ahead.
So if you move to a new home, do you want Mr. Turlington to have access to your address or no?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And you believe it's in the child's best interest to do supervised visits through the domestic relations office?
Yes, I do.
Have you tried having visits with him in the past with a friend or family member or with yourself?
Yes, I have.
And what happened then?
Well,
Was it successful or not?
Was it what? I'm sorry.
Was it successful or no?
I mean, he didn't really interact with her. He just kind of stared at her and was quiet. The 2 times that we did it with a friend to be there with us, and he just didn't talk to her, didn't really play. Like, he handed her a couple of Oreo cookies that they asked if she could have, and he just was quiet, didn't really play with her. And then he tried to talk to me afterward, and I just went home because I'm not there to talk to him. I'm not his friend. He's been very abusive to me. And he the other times it was the 2 of us, because I wouldn't let him be alone with her, and we would always meet in a public place, and then at his apartment maybe a total of 3 times. And he just doesn't interact with her. Like, he might push her stroller, but then he's just talking with me and getting me riled up and just saying either one or two things. I want you back. I want my family back. I'll do anything I can to get you back. But then the next time it's, oh, you're not pretty. You can't do anything right. We just want different things. And I wouldn't be happy with you. So it's just about me. It's not about Shiloh. And so I don't want to be alone with him, with Shiloh, or her to be alone with him, because it's never about her. It's always just to try to get to me.
Okay, Judge, I don't have any questions again for Ms. Turner, but I'd like to keep her for recall.
Sure. Mr. Turlington, do you have any questions for Ms. Turner?
Do sorry.
Mr. Turner? I mean, Mr. Turlington, do you have any questions for Ms. Turner?
Yes, sir.
Well, go ahead.
Thank you.
All right. Go ahead.
Ms. Rennie, have you ever had a history of physical violence toward me as well?
No, I have not.
Have you ever struck me?
Ever what? I'm sorry?
He said
Struck.
struck.
I'm sorry, just shove?
Struck, like hit.
Struck. Okay, struck. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. No, I haven't.
You've never slapped me in the face.
No, I pushed you in the shoulder once because you were drunk and wouldn't get off of me, but that was self-defense, but I'd never hit you otherwise.
Your Honor, we're both under oath right now, right?
Exactly.
That's right, and I'm telling the truth.
So not even the night that I was talking about Emily and leaving you for that.
I'm sorry, sir. Is there a question here?
Yeah, I know what he's getting at.
Wait a minute, ma'am. No. This is a trial. You don't get to jump in, speak, argue, whatever. This is question answer. Mr. Turlington, do you have another question? Yes, no?
For her alleged accusations, am I going to be given like a defense?
I'm sorry, sir, but right now it's an opportunity for you to ask Ms. Turner a question. We're in trial. We're not in any counseling session. We're not in anything. We're in a legal trial. You have an opportunity. Ms. Turner is on the witness stand. You're representing yourself. You have an opportunity to ask her a question if you wish. Do you have any questions? Yes.
I'm flabbergasted right now.
You don't have any questions. All right. Call your next witness, Ms. Sharma.
I don't know how to.
Okay,
Work.
the state would like to call Hunter Turlington.
All right.
Mr. Turlington, do you believe that joint managing conservatorship is in the best interest of your child, Shiloh?
Absolutely.
And why do you believe that?
I think for the first few years, I get that she's, young, small. She needs the care of her mother the majority of the time. I think she needs her father. I think she needs her mother. I don't think limiting her to just being able to live with her mom is
Okay, so are you asking the court to order that you have access to your child in a standard possession order, which would be the first, third, and fifth weekend of the month?
yeah.
Are you asking the court to not do supervised visits to the domestic relations office, or are you in agreement to that?
I don't want to do supervised visits. I don't feel that there's a need to do supervised visits.
Okay. And what amount are you saying that you owe in retroactive child support? You've heard the other parties say that the amount is $2,717.43. What amount are you saying the court should order in retroactive child support?
Well, wait a minute, Ms. Sharma. I thought that that was an amount of credit given, no?
No, Judge, that's the amount
Okay.
of child support.
All right, it
In retro.
started off at 4,136, and she's given him credit for X number of dollars and reduced it to $2,717. Is that correct?
Yes, Judge, that's what
All
what
right.
my understanding is as well.
All right, okay.
And Mr. Turlington, what amount of retroactive child support are you stating that the court should order you to pay?
I think ballpark, I'm asking 900. I think I have records showing that through the cash payment app called Venmo, I paid $2,715, and there was one instance back in July of 2020 where I paid $600 in cash. I paid it to her on the porch. I asked her what she thought of it. She said she didn't believe it because she didn't expect it. Because, yeah, I mean, at that point, I hadn't been paying child support for like the last 8 months.
Okay, so you're asking the court to order $900 in retroactive child support.
One second, let me just calculate that. Sorry, I think 1,400 is what on my records.
1,400, and you're agreeing to pay 1,400.
So I paid the 2,700 base through Venmo, and then the 600 in cash. So from my understanding, from my records as well, I believe I've paid $3,300, $15. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I've paid $3,000, $315.60, however you say that.
Okay, and the retroactive amount, you're in agreement to pay it back at $50 a month, whatever the judgment amount is, whether it's $2,717 or approximately $1,400, which is what your calculations are, correct?
I think it's somewhere. I think it's 1,100, including the.
Okay, Mr. Turlington, I need to know an amount. So far you said 900, you said 1,900, 1,400, now you're saying 1,100. I need to know what amount you think that you're in arrears for retroactive child support payment.
Okay. Sorry, I'm literally just writing it down right now. I literally have a degree in math, but I'm not fast at it.
Well, I mean, you all have discussed this in negotiations already. Is that correct?
There was discussion, yeah.
Okay, so did you have any numbers that you derived from that discussion?
800.
800.
800 that I believe I still owe, in fact.
Okay, you think you owe 800. Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ms. Sherman.
Your Honor, I have no further questions for Mr. Turlington.
I have a question for Ms. Turner. Ms. Turner, you want to give him credit? No, you say that he owes $2,717 or something like that.
Oh, no, the 2,717 is what he has paid me.
That's what I asked Ms. Sharma. She said no. So Ms.
I'm
Sharma, were
sorry.
you mistaken again?
Yes, Judge, I was mistaken. When I asked her for the judgment amount, that was the amount she gave me that he owed. So, Ms. Turner, what is
Not
the amount
according
that
to
you're
her.
saying he owes?
Oh, I'm sorry. Then I apologize for misunderstanding.
No
So
problem.
I don't know how much he would owe. I just know that he has paid
Okay, Ms. Turner.
2,717. That's all I know.
All right, but it's been determined that if he had not paid anything, he would owe $4,136. So if we
Okay.
deduct $2,715 or whatever that amount, then
Then that's
then that
one
leaves a
month.
balance of 1,400 and something like around $1,420.
Correct. Yes.
1418, Judge.
What is that?
1418 and 43 cents.
Okay. It will round it off, 420, 1,420. All right. Does that sound correct to you, Mr. Turlington? Is she
Uh,
giving you credit for everything that you've paid her?
no, there's still the $600 that I paid back in
600
July.
cash. Okay, Miss Turner, did you receive $600 cash from them?
Your
In
Honor,
addition to,
in addition to the 2,700 that he had paid me,
yes,
I have no memory of the 600, and I remember him stating to me that he wanted to only make electronic payments to me so that I could never say that he didn't pay me.
all right. Okay. All right, Miss
Um,
Sharma, you want to continue?
Yes,
Do you have
Judge. I
anything
have
further?
nothing for Mr. Turlington.
Just what? I'm sorry.
No further questions for Mr.
All right.
Turlington.
Miss Turner, do you have any questions for Mr. Turlington?
I have no questions, Your Honor.
All right. Anything further you want to say, Mr. Turlington?
I'd like to ask if Serenity would recall the the email verifying those payments.
The email, I remember one email that you sent me about a pay stub before you got fired from FedEx. That's all I remember.
And didn't get fired from FedEx. I got laid off because of an injury.
Excuse me, when you got laid off, before that, you sent me the email about the pay stub so that I could see that it was a certain amount you were giving me from it, but that's all I remember.
So you have no recollection of me handing you a beacon envelope, $600.
I'm sorry, Hunter, I just don't remember that. I can look in my records on my Excel document with my finances, and if I'm mistaken, then I'm mistaken, but I just don't remember that because I remember how much you wanted to stay with electronic payments so that you could never say, I paid this amount to you, and then there's no proof of it.
All right, Miss Turner, when did you all ever live together?
Yes, we lived
When did you
together
separate?
February 17th, 2018. I mean, 19, sorry, excuse me, 19.
February 2019, and then the child was born after your separation.
Yes, she was conceived a few days before he left.
Okay, so since October 2019, which is a little less than 2 years, you can't remember if you got a $600 payment?
No,
Cash?
I would feel like I would remember that. That's a lot of money.
Okay, so you're saying that you do not recall that ever happening?
No, and if I'm
All
forgetting,
right.
then that's something.
Well, I can't imagine that you would forget a $600 payment in the last 2 years.
I
Less
agree.
than 2 years. Did I hear really, Ms. Sharma, much about a non-disclosure? The issue is,
Mr. Turlington knows where she lives now, but she's stating that if she moves in the future, she would not want him to know where she lives.
and why is that, Ms. Turner?
Because he has shown up a couple of times in the past and refused to leave, and it's just I
Where
don't
you
feel
living
safe.
now? You're talking about where you're living now?
Yes, where I currently live. Correct.
All right, so if Mr. Turlington knew, if you were to move and he knew your address, is he likely to cause you or your child any harassment or abuse or serious harm or injury? Any of those?
He has done it before, so I wouldn't put it past him to do it again.
All right. Mr. Turlington, you have any questions regarding that to Miss Turner?
Yeah. The do you remember the dates associated with the saying that I came by and I wouldn't leave? You're saying there's a couple of times, but I'm only recalling the one time that I came by after church, looking to, spend some time with Shiloh, because that had been a verbal agreement that we would spend time after church, as part of like just having father-daughter interaction. I drove by. I gave her a text that I was coming by because I was under the assumption that maybe she just needed to go home real quick. Maybe she was in a rush, whatever. Figured I'd come by.
Okay, you're way beyond. This is a multiple questions. The first question: do you remember the date? We're only
Yes.
taking one question at a time. Okay, so she says yes, she remembers the date.
The very first time it was March 2nd, 2019. And then the last time is what he was talking about just then. I don't know
All
the
right.
specific date, but I do remember March 2nd, 2019. He came and knocked on the door, came unannounced.
On March 2nd, did you leave Solomon unattended?
No, he was with my mother.
And where was your mother?
She was in the house, in the backyard.
Where was her vehicle then?
That's irrelevant.
Sustain.
So why is it that she had to drive home to get to see Solomon? Because you were driving away and I was following you down.
Do I have to answer this question? This is ridiculous.
What? I don't know what you're getting at, Mr. Turling.
The day that she attempted suicide, she left Solomon unattended, which is child neglect, correct? Under that assumption.
He was with
that
my mother.
correct to be-
Do you know where the child was, Mr. Turlington?
It was Solomon.
The child was home. Nobody. You went into the home and you saw that the child was alone.
I didn't go in. I heard him there, and I did see him like pull open the curtains, and he
Yeah.
usually he ran to say, "Hey."
All right. This is just an allegation. You thought the child was alone.
Yeah,
You didn't know. You didn't know
No,
the
I
child
knew.
was alone. You thought the child was alone.
No. I knew she was the only one home.
How do you know that if you didn't go into the house, sir? That would never pass in this court or any other court of law. You're just saying, I saw the child peek through the curtains and I know the child was alone, even though you didn't go into the house to see if the child was alone. It just doesn't work. All right.
It was the middle of the day on a school day. Our mom is a diagnostician for LaPorte in Pasadena.
She's
IFB,
retired.
and she does it as her side job.
All right.
Yeah,
Mr.
3 days a
Turlington.
week.
No. We're not arguing here. Mr. Turlington, do you have anything further you wish to say in closing?
I'd like to ask for credibility of her own statements, because she's been in an institution as well. So,
All right, Ms. Turner, do you have anything further you wish to say?
No, because it would just lead to an argument, so I'm not gonna say anything.
All right, Ms. Sharma, do you have anything further in closing?
Nothing, Your Honor.
I have one more question.
No, this case is over. The court orders that the mother be appointed sole manager conservator, the father be appointed possessor conservator, the possession and access to the domestic relations office court awards retroactive child support judgment in the amount of $1,400 to be paid at the rate of $60 a month beginning September 1st, 2021. Non-disclosure is ordered. All other stipulations are approved. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Excused. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you, Your Honor.
Ms. Turner and Mr. Charlington, can you go back to the other Zoom meeting and Ms. Battles will finish up with you both? So log back into the first Zoom hearing.
Okay, so do I just leave? I hit leave and then I just go back and join the original one?
Correct. You too, Mr. Charlington.
Okay, I'll do that now. Thank you.
Okay, who's handling the Alvarez matter?
I am, Judge.
Señora Jessica y señor Juan Carlos, por favor, prenda su cámara y su micrófono.
You want to repeat that? There he is.
And Your Honor, we have some stipulations on this case as well.
Okay, hold on just a second.
Sure.
All right, this is cause number 2021-09925 in the interest of Andrea, Sofia, and Juan Carlos Alvarez. All parties, please, and witnesses, please raise your right hands to be sworn.
Este es el caso 2021-09925 en el interés de Andrea, Juan y Sofía Álvarez. Por favor, levanten la mano derecha.
You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
¿Juran decir la verdad, toda la verdad delante de Dios?
Lo juro.
I swear.
No.
Yes.
All right, ma'am, please state your name and your relationship to the children.
Señora, por favor, diga su nombre y la relación de usted a los niños.
Jessica Romero y soy la mamá de los niños.
Jessica Romero, and I am the mother of the children.
Sir, your name and your relationship to the children.
Señor, ¿cuál es su nombre y la relación de usted a sus hijos?
Juan Carlos Álvarez Flores y soy el padre de los niños.
Juan Carlos Álvarez Flores, and I am the father of the children.
And representing the state.
Peter Sharma for the state.
Y representando el estado, la señora Sharma.
And we have a petition and a suit affecting parent-child relationship and to establish a parent-child relationship. And we're having a hearing. Is that correct, Ms. Sharma?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Ms. Barrera?
I'm sorry. Aquí estamos en el caso para establecer la relación entre padre e hijo. Sí, señor.
All right. And do we have any stipulations?
Yes, Judge.
Y tenemos
Parties
unos
do.
acuerdos. Sí, su señoría.
Parties agree that Mr. Alvarez is the father of Andrea Sarai Alvarez.
Los dos están de acuerdo que el señor Carlos Álvarez es el papá de la niña Andrea Sarai Álvarez.
The last name of the child will remain the same.
Que el apellido de la niña se va a mantener igual, Álvarez.
Sí.
Parties stipulate that there were 2 other children born of the marriage.
También están de acuerdo que hay 2 otros niños que nacieron durante el matrimonio.
They agree to joint managing conservatorship.
Están de acuerdo de ser conservadores gerentes compartidos.
Geo restrictions to Harris and surrounding counties.
Que va a haber una restricción en la dirección en el condado de Harris o condado alrededor.
Sí.
Standard possession order.
Están de acuerdo de las visitaciones que sean las standard que ordena la corte.
Neither party has access to health insurance, so the children will remain on the state-sponsored health insurance.
Nadie tiene acceso a aseguranza privada. Los niños se van a mantener en el programa de asistencia de médico del gobierno.
Sí.
Parties separated on October 15th of 2019.
Los dos se separaron en octubre 15, 2019.
Sí.
And they agree on the retroactive dates of child support should be from January of 2021 to August of 2021, which would be 8 months.
¿Están de acuerdo que el tiempo de la manutención retroactiva sería de enero 2021 a agosto 17 2021, que son 8 meses?
Sí.
Parties also agree court costs as billed to the father, Mr. Alvarez.
Y también están de acuerdo que si la corte ordena el bill de corte, sería otorgado al señor y debido a antes o a la fecha de octubre 17 2021.
That is the end of the stipulations, Your Honor.
Esos son lo último de los acuerdos que tienen los dos.
All right. So the issues then are what, Ms. Sharma?
Parties do not agree on the Mr. Alvarez's income, child support amount, medical support amount, or the retroactive amount.
Lo que no están de acuerdo son los ingresos del señor, la cantidad de manutención, la cantidad de lo médico y la cantidad de lo atrasado.
Okay, so far, these your agreements, Mr. Romero?
Señora Romero, ¿estos son el acuerdo que tiene usted?
¿Cómo dice? Sí.
How do you
Sí,
say?
esos son los acuerdos. Ya.
Yes, those are my agreements.
Mr. Alvarez, those are your agreements so far?
Señor Álvarez, ¿estos son los acuerdos de usted hasta ahorita?
Sí.
Yes.
All right. Then the issues are child support, cash medical support, and retroactive child support. Is that correct, Ms. Sharma?
That is correct, Your Honor.
So, lo que estamos aquí para averiguar son la cantidad de manutención, la cantidad de manutención de médico y la cantidad de atrasado. ¿Es correcto, señora Sharma? Sí, es correcto.
All right, let's proceed.
Vamos a proceder.
The state would like to call Juan Carlos Alvarez.
El Estado quiere llamar al señor Juan Carlos Álvarez para testigo.
Mr. Alvarez, where do you work?
Señor Álvarez, ¿dónde trabaja usted?
¿En el nombre de la compañía o en qué?
The name of the company or what do I do?
The name of the company.
El nombre de la compañía.
Se llama Pro HVAC Solutions.
It's called Pro HVAC Solutions.
And what do you do there?
¿Y qué hace ahí, señor?
El aire acondicionado.
I do air conditioning.
And how long have you worked there?
¿Y cuánto tiempo ha trabajado ahí?
Por ya casi 4 años.
Almost 4 years.
Do you have a license to install ACs as an HVAC technician?
¿Usted tiene una licencia para instalar aire acondicionados?
No.
No.
Okay. And you provided your income tax return to me earlier or Mr. Barrera earlier?
¿Y usted provió sus ingresos de taxas al señor oficial anteriormente?
¿Cuál?
Which one?
2020 tax returns?
¿Usted dio sus ingresos, el income tax del 2020 a la oficina del Attorney General?
Sí, yo los envié.
Yes, I sent them.
And the total income, gross income for 2020 was $166,690.
Y la cantidad bruta de los ingresos fue $166,690.
Eso fue lo que me dijeron que había ganado, pero pues.
That is what
No.
they said that I earned.
Okay. And you deducted $143,941. That's what you took in deductions?
Y usted puso de deducciones de los ingresos a 143,941.
Sí, eso es lo que aparece ahí.
Yes, that's what it appears there.
And after your deductions, you're saying that your net income was $22,749?
Y después de las deducciones, usted está diciendo que usted ganó después de taxas y deducciones 22,749 para el año 2020, ¿es correcto?
Sí.
Yes.
How much do you make every week?
¿Cuánto está ganando usted semanal?
Como, pues, como es variable dependiendo. Pero después de eso, pues también tengo que pagar gas,
It varies,
trabajador y
but
todo
after
eso.
that, I still have to pay gas and... ¿Qué más?
Okay, Mr. Alvarez, you get paid by the hour or by the week or by the job?
Señor Álvarez, ¿a ¿usted le
Trabajo.
pagan por hora, por semana o por el trabajo?
Por trabajo.
From the job.
And how do they determine how much you get paid for each job?
¿Y cuánto se determina qué tanto usted gana por cada trabajo?
Pues dependiendo lo que haga, es variable. Pero si es por casa, que la hago completa, son 350.
It depends. It's variable. If it's like, say, for example, if it's for the house, it's 350.
What do you do
¿Qué
What
hace
do you-
ahí, señor?
for the house?
¿Qué hace ahí para la casa?
Pongo las condenser y los grill.
I put the condenser and the grill.
That's the air conditioner, right?
Eso es el aire acondicionado, ¿correcto?
Sí.
Yes.
But you don't have a license to do that.
¿Pero no tiene licencia para hacer eso?
No, no.
No.
All right.
How much are you asking the court to order you to pay child support?
¿Cuánto está pidiendo usted que pide que la corte le ordene a usted pagar child support?
Yo tengo que decir el número.
I have to say a number?
No,
Yes, please.
no.
Oh,
Mr. Alvarez,
Señor
if
Álvarez,
if you make $350 for putting in the condenser and the grill per house,
señor Álvarez, si usted hace $350 por trabajo, por casa, por instalando el condensor y el grill,
Ujú.
that means you installed 476 houses, condensers to houses.
eso es que usted ha ponido 476 condensores en las casas.
That's
No.
impossible.
No.
Es imposible.
Ujú.
Okay. But you still, your W-2 says you earn $166,690. Sorry, $166,690.
Pero el W2 que probó su trabajo indica que usted ganó $166,690.
Ujú. No, es la 1099 la que yo llené.
That is my
Por su
1099
contrato.
for subcontracting.
Well, you get paid for installation.
Pero usted le paga por instalación.
Por instalación. Por su contrato me lo pagan ellos a mí.
Yes, for installation, for subcontracting.
So then at $350 is if you say that's all you make, $350.
So, si usted dice que usted nomás agarra $350,
That
Por
means
casa.
you did that 476 times.
eso indica que usted hizo eso 476 veces.
You understand what I'm saying?
¿Usted entiende lo que le estoy tratando de
Sí,
decir?
sí.
Yes, yes, I understand.
So did you install 476 condensers in 2020?
Entonces usted instalació 476 condensores en el 2020.
Pues de eso es lo que hablé con mi patrón yo, que por qué me habían reportado muchas taxas a mí, no entiendo por qué.
Well,
Sí,
that is what I
pues,
was talking to my employer because I don't understand how.
So what do you think that you made average per month in
¿Cuánto,
2020?
cuánto cree que usted hizo por mes un average en el 2020?
¿Cómo así?
How do you mean? I don't understand.
Por medio, cada mes.
Promedio cada mes. Como que, como unas, estamos hablando de como unas 16 casas por mes.
Like around
El-
16 houses per month.
No. Money. How much money per month, more or
No,
less?
señor, como cuánto dinero hizo usted por medio cada mes.
ah, pues no sé. de va como 4,000 y algo por mes. Porque eso es lo que
Around like
¿cómo te digo? Como
4,000 and
4,000.
something per month.
Okay, you think you
4,000.
installed more or less 16 houses per month?
¿Usted cree que usted instalació como 16 casas por mes?
Mm, No sé, a lo mejor sí. Estuvo bien despacio por lo de la pandemia, estuvo demasiado despacio. Igual
I'm
este
not
año está
sure. It
igual.
sounds like it's been kind of slow with the pandemic.
Are these for new houses?
¿Estas son para casas nuevas?
Sí, son casas de gobierno.
Yes, houses from the state, from the government.
So if you installed 16, average 16 houses per month last year,
¿Usted hizo como 16 casas por mes el año pasado?
Ujú.
then you made $5,600 a month.
Entonces usted hizo 5,600 al mes. I'm sorry, Judge, was that the correct number?
$5,600 a month.
Entonces usted hizo $5,600 por mes el año pasado.
A lo mejor sí lo hice. 5,000
Probably
o
yes.
4,000 y algo. Dependiendo,
1,000
varía.
and something, depending on it, it varies.
So that means you made $67,000 in 2020.
So eso es como que usted hizo $67,000 el año pasado, el 2020.
Is that correct? Más o menos?
¿Es correcto por ahí?
Ya, yo le tiraba que iba a salir menos de $100,000. Siempre dije menos de $100,000. Porque perdieron compañías a las que yo estábamos
I
trabajando y
was
luego
saying it
metieron
was less than 100,000 because they've lost businesses and
I don't understand this W-2, Ms. Sharma. You have a copy of the W-2?
I have a copy of the tax returns, Judge,
Of the
not
tax
the,
returns?
correct, not the W-2.
The W-2 is not attached?
No, Your Honor, it's just, he just sent over 2 pages of his tax returns that he filed. He has his Schedule C, profit and loss from the business, and the page 2 from the Schedule C. So I only have the Schedule C. I don't have the full tax return. That's all he sent over.
So, Mr. Alvarez, you're a subcontractor? And you own
Señor
your own
Álvarez,
company?
usted es un subcontratista y usted es dueño de su propia compañía.
No. Yo trabajo para la Project Back, pero yo les he dado por su contrato a ellos. Yo no tengo mi propia compañía.
No, I don't have my own company. I work for Pro HVAC Solutions and I work as a subcontractor for that.
And so
Honor,
where is your W-2 from Pro HVAC Solutions?
¿Y dónde está la forma W2 de la compañía ProVac Solutions? ProVac.
Ellos no me dan W2, a mí me dan la 1099.
They don't give me a
Okay.
W2, I get a 1099.
All right. Do you have the 1099, Ms. Sharma?
no, Your Honor, he only gave us the Schedule C. On the Schedule C, it says that he received a Form 1099 from Pro HVAC Solutions.
Okay, we
And
can't
he
figure.
shows the gross income of 166,690, but then he takes all the deductions.
All right, this is going to have to go to the district court because they need more. You need more information.
Okay. And no mediation, Your Honor, or just mediation with district?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
Do you want mediation as well?
Yes, this matter is going to be transferred to the 311th District Court. DRO mediation is ordered.
Este caso lo vamos a transferir a la Corte de Distrito 311 y vamos a ordenar mediación entre los dos, que sea por la oficina del Condado de Harris, Domestic Relations Office.